Hello everybody, we're back once again. Today we're actually gonna go back to an old situation battle. We did this one once before. It's the 0080. I think it was a 0080 Stardust Memories. Sorry, 0080 Stardust. Oh my gosh, 0083 Stardust Memories. 0080 was War in the Pocket. I quite like that one. Anyway, it's the one in the desert map with the Zaku F2s and whatnot. So this is another match clearly where I had the F2. Something I didn't realize till I was looking back at the recorded footage for these was I got one with a commander horn this time. Last time I didn't. So that was cool. I cannot remember which of the two I actually played first either. I think this one was first, but I cannot quite remember. But anyway, we moved up front, up middle here, as you can clearly see, clashed in the center a bit. Like happens sometimes, nothing's really happening either way. It's kind of a standstill. You can see the Federation forces are kind of amassing stronger than we are at the moment. Probably due to, yeah, so like we've got 3 guys that just dropped. It's just, or sorry, we got 2 guys that dropped. It's just 3 of us still around trying to do what we can. So I'm gonna be pretty quickly overrun here. This is probably best thing to do probably would be to just to leave, but actually pulling that off is kind of tricky in that situation. So yeah, we ended up dropping. You know, as happens in this sort of situation. Luckily the rest of our team's back full force now, so once we're able to drop back in, okay, so we're gonna go for air support first. That's good, that works. Looks like they took out a couple of the enemies already, so air support's not gonna be doing as much as it could. It would be pretty fun if we had a whole big old group right there. Not sure why I studied there flying. Interesting. But anyway, now we're able to actually... Okay, so we're gonna go ahead, wrap around the outskirts, grab the waypoints where we can. Looks like our ally Dom just dropped, unfortunately, so our allies are in a bit of a pinch. Ideally, I should be getting back up to those front lines as quickly as possible with the anti-air gun, I believe they call it. I do have some decent range. We didn't get quite... Well, you can see right there we've got some pretty decent range. I didn't quite get into position fast enough to help our ally who's being targeted down there, but we are holding off an enemy right here, which hopefully we're going to be able to get a kill shot off on now that he's pretty low down. There we go. There's the kill shot right there. It looked like he might have ejected, though. I saw a health bar with iframes pop up. So oftentimes that means they popped out as a pilot. Because pilot, right? Yeah, pilot gets iframes once for a little bit once they pop out. I think I'm gonna have to double check that. I think that's right. Huh. And now I realize I haven't done a whole lot of ejecting like that, but I swear I typically see at least the health bar pops up a lot of times. Regardless, we'll know if we see a bombing attempt on the base. But we're once again clashing at the center a little bit. We've got a bunch of guys here. This is actually gonna be kind of an interesting one to kind of analyze and think about here, because this map, I may have pointed out, and you'll definitely see on the other video I did, this situation battle gives you 2 armies with some... 2 armies? 2 teams with some pretty good ranged capabilities. It's kind of balanced towards these distance engagements. You can see we've got the 2 supports on our side, they've got 2 supports on their side. We also have these 2 Zaku 2 F2s with the pretty decently ranged rifles. And it just creates an interesting opportunity for ranged gameplay that you don't see out of a lot of the teams all the time. Oh yeah, you can see the bomb now, which I hope doesn't go off. I would hope. Now I realized why we had 2 guys that were out of mobile suits, but Unfortunately, bomb did go off. We did lose that. So we should, if we're thinking ahead, we're going to start rallying together pretty soon to try and mount another offensive, try to take back some of the scores lost. You can see one guy's coming up behind me there. Is he? No, he's regrouping. Okay, so we ended up dropping again. Probably the best thing we can do is group up with allies at this point, mount a good counter-offensive to try and get back some of those points. Looks like there was a disconnect, I think. I think one of our opponents ended up disconnecting. I don't know. Oh, I think I know what he's doing. If you look there, if you saw earlier anyway on the map. Oh, actually, there he is. There he goes. Number 2 is running around to the enemy base. Oh, wow, look at them all clustered. Hopefully that airstrike does some good work. Oh. So the reason we're jumping into a tank here, by the way, is because nobody else is around, and I just don't want to sit here to die. If the tank goes down, it's like, what, 25 points, I think? It's like the same as a pilot. We got a couple hits at least, so... something happened at least. Yeah, I missed with the main cannon, which is sad and made it difficult to actually do anything. But what we should really do here, hopefully that bomb will go off. I'm noticing it doesn't really look like a lot of them are trying to intercept it. So if we're lucky, that'll work. Otherwise, it ends up not really helping us at all. But we need to kind of group up, kind of pincer these two guys. I'm on this side. I got the rest of the team on the other side. If we put on some good pressure, we can do sort of a two-direction strike on these guys, keep them from doing much to deal with our offensive. But looks like they're moving off. We didn't get too much done, but like, it's not worthless. Base bomb did go off, so that's evened up the score a lot. We do still have time to bring things around with a minute left on the clock. It is starting to get tight with a minute left on the clock, but we're still, for the most part, pretty healthy. Enemy team is under a lot of pressure. Got one kill there. That has evened up the score now, but who is it close? We lose one guy, and it's gonna set that right back. We are at full force, a little bit bloodied up in some suits, but it is full force nevertheless. And this guy is not in a good position at all. Oh, also somebody else got a kill. I actually watched them get that kill, so obviously they got a kill. But somebody else got a kill earlier, further cementing that lead. Someone else got him right in the nick of time as well. Well, right in the nick of time. We still got, like, 13 seconds at the time. I digress. So we've managed to solidly take the lead from being pretty far back, which is not shabby at all. This is a rare instance. This is actually another fun one to analyze from a tactical sort of standpoint, just because this is going to be a rare instance of detaching to base bomb being fantastic, and also why you should pay attention to base bombs. Unless you're significantly high in the lead, probably don't ignore a bomb at the base, because it's a lot of points. Yeah, they ended up being pretty risky, just because of the matter of, like, it is a lot of points, but then if that bomb gets defused, it's no points, and it was just a giant waste of time. You were out of your suit, you weren't fighting, you weren't scoring, just drags down the team in some scenarios, but in this one, it's what let us win, is what let us even that score back out. So that's fun. Just always cool to see. I actually do really enjoy that. But that will do it for this episode. Thanks for tuning in, and I'm gonna have to dig through what I've got for next time. I want something fun. We gotta find something fun. Anyway, I'll see you then.